Hey, welcome to my latest video on trading the QQQ on the 1 hour chart using the DXY, also known as the dollar index, as a confluence, and also using support and resistance levels as other points of confluences for entries, taking profits, having stop losses as well. So I want to start off the video today with a note that I had to write down today, that previous days do not mean future days, meaning like every day is like a new day. And basically, I entered today thinking it was going to be a choppy market. It did not end up being a choppy market, ended up being a market where the market really rallied to the upside. And I could have played that if I was more optimistic or just treated it as a new day. So I just want to really point out that because that's something that definitely happened today. But let me start with my first trade. So the first trade was a QQQ trade to the downside. I entered this at 9:30, and this date is off by a day, and this time is the GMT time. So Eastern time would have been 9:30, 27 seconds. So I entered that trade, and let me show you what was happening on the QQQ chart and also what was happening on the dollar index chart. So I entered the first trade, which was a loss of $15.50. And that was on this 9 o'clock candle because it's a 1 hour chart. And I entered about right close to where market opened, 270.40. 270.40. So when I opened to the sell side, the market was making a push down, and I thought that it would have continued. I'll show you what it looks like on the DXY, because the dollar had a huge bullish push up, which would have seemed like the market would have continued down. However, it kind of reacted to this 55 EMA and came down. And also there's other things happening with the dollar that can affect it, which is it's totally out of our control, but I'm seeing where there's some opportunity to trade this. So we have a huge green candle on the dollar, right? This reflects with the red candle on the QQQ. So I was able to enter the trade. However, where I set my stop loss with a max loss of around $15, that's what hit me out as the market began to go the other way and hit me out. But that's okay. That's good that I kept the system and I didn't try to up the size just to grab a huge reward. I stuck to the system. When it hit me out at the price I wanted to get hit out at, I took the loss and I went on. Actually, in the next trade, I flipped it to the other side, but I also still kept the risk quite low. I kept the risk really low so that I didn't lose too much in one day. Say I lost on this trade and began to chase the other one. I didn't want to expose myself to too much risk just because I wanted to get back the win. Like revenge trading is something that can really affect you. So this is where I entered to the sell side, and this is where my stop loss hit me out for the loss of $14. So that was the 15.50 loss on that trade. And then I had flipped and went to the buy side, right? And then this was at 9.51. So on the dollar, you can see the rejection here. So you have a rejection down. So if you have a push big down on the dollar, there's I would say a high likelihood that you're gonna have a big green movement on the QQQ. And as you can see, you have that movement down and you have the movement up on the QQQ. You still have a green candle here, but you have more red candles overall, and that's what's giving you more of that rejection here. So even though the dollar pushed up, you could have played it from the resistance line here and also just taken profit every time it made a higher move above where this resistance line is if you entered it there. And also it always closed above this line, which would mean you could have closed in profit at all of these times. So what else I want to show? I wanted to show also this trade. So let me show you this trade. So at 9:51, I opened the trade to the buy side at 27187. 27187. 27187. It seems like it's one of the highest parts of this candle. Not, yeah, 278187. And I got hit down as it really pushed down between this level. So it was still kind of choppy. I wanted to keep the stop loss kind of this, close to the support level here, thinking that if it were to come back below this level, that's where I would definitely want to be out of the trade, as it could possibly continue going down. So this is where I entered. Let me change this to purple. This is where I entered the trade to the buy side. And then this is what happened that stopped me out. It just came right back down and hit me out. But as you can see, the trade was right because I had bought it. But what I did was I had too tight of a stop loss. So if I had like a stop loss that was even down here, I would have been exposed to all of this trade, and it would have been a risk-free trade. But all in all, it was a good trade overall. Even though I lost some money today, I lost $26. I kept the risk low, and then I could have maximized on the profits if I was right, as this could have been an easy 1 to 3, meaning I could risk one position, which is $20 or $30, and possibly make $60 or $90 on the trade, with it being almost risk-free within an hour. And then as we go, we can actually scale up the amount that we put it into the trade. That's why I'm just working on it to get more consistent, to find the edge, or to find a edge, find the edge that works, and then apply a large amount of capital to it. And that's where we will see more returns. But right now, we're just working on the system, right? And that's basically it for today. That's basically all that happened today. I can't think of anything extraordinary that happened today. We can even look at how the Japanese yen reacted. It didn't do much today like it did yesterday. It's pretty normal, pretty stable. So nothing crazy. Like the Japanese yen is gaining in immense strength. It's starting to kind of just get within a range right now before it makes a move, possibly. Let's see what it does. And also, we have Bitcoin here at 16,840. Not really doing much, but it's at the low. And we have Tesla, which is really trending down, but nothing has really changed about the company. And that's basically it for today. I hope that the video actually provided you with some value, as you can see my process going through the charts and how I'm learning. And as you can see, the dollar index is actually breaking down right now, and that's probably bullish for the market. I'll show you on the Nasdaq 100, which is open right now. So as you can see, the dollar is going down right now. You'll probably see a green candle on the Nasdaq 100 right now. So you have green movement here, small green movement here, and this was 11 today. So what's happening now? This is what's happening now. Looks pretty small. Would we see something bigger on the US 30? It looks just about the same. So nothing special is going on. It seems that the dollar is moving on some other catalyst, but it's actually breaking below 104 here. My thing is, if it were to close below here, we have 103,944. Close below and start pushing lower, that would be very bullish for the market. And maybe the market is picking up something that we don't see, which is probably the new package being pushed by the government, where we might have like another form of, like, a different kind of stimulus, which would put a lot of money into the market, make the dollar weaker, and also pump up asset prices as people have a little bit more money to buy stocks and things like that. And that's basically it. Tomorrow is Thursday, December 22nd, and I'll see you in the next video.